It's a lovely afternoon here in Orange Park at Yamaha Marine Center. It's Brad. I have another fresh to the market pre-owned opportunity. Just took this one in today actually. Trying to sell it through our brokerage and get him into a new boat. But it is a 2014, I believe. We'll go verify that by the hull number here in a second. Skeeter SX2250. It is 22.5 feet. I believe it's 8'6" on the beam. About a 43-gallon fuel capacity, if my memory serves me right. The thing I like about this boat is one of the first boats that we started selling years ago that's kind of a hybrid bay. So a little bit more freeboard to it, more gunnel height, and it kind of blurs that line between a bay boat and a center console. A lot of storage, lockable rod locker in case you have your stuff in here. You can actually plug it up. If you wanted to use this as a ice chest or something like that. It drains overboard, I believe, on both sides. Some nice deep channeling here. If you do take a wave over the front, it channels the water, and the chances of getting in the boxes are a lot slimmer, especially with these gaskets that seal pretty positive when you dog the latches down. All gem look stuff, so it's high-end, stainless, and lockable. The center storage box is really nice. It is insulated as well. You can plug it up, so a lot of times I find myself putting a ton of ice in this thing, overnight, cooling it, and then putting some more in the morning. And then after you start catching, which this will fit a nice, cobia or kingfish, and this does definitely drain overboard. It's not macerated, but you can just scoop the ice from this box onto this one and maximize that fish box space, and then start throwing your little mangrove and all that in that box later on. This one, just storage. Again, these boxes stay pretty dry unless you take a big wave and really swamp it. But the cockpit, I've experienced it personally, does bail if it's almost completely full. It'll continue to float, and as long as you got power to the engine, it'll bail itself in, probably 45, 60 seconds. Nice cleat there, tie off your anchor. Comes with the Minn Kota trolling motor. I'm pretty sure it's a 36 volt, 112 pound thrust. It's the basic one. I don't think it even has the spring assist on it, but at least it's there. Pre-wired in the box right there, anchor. Boat is ready to go. Deluxe powder coat T-top with spreader lights on it. Bait well up here. Has its own fill and recirculation circuits, so you can keep all that delicate bait alive for as long as possible. You have entrance to the compartment from the front as well, so you see like the JL or JBL amp in here. All the wiring. Breaker going up to the front trolling motor. Your batteries are stored underneath that tray. Skeeter does engineer all of their boats to perform, so basically they try to keep all the weight centralized to keep the boat floating nice and flat. Rod holders on the side of the center console here, gaskets so you can get some longer 7.5s in there if you wanted to. A little bit of wind and weather protection. Leaning posts, flip down bolster. There is an angle cooler that goes there that the client left at his house. He is bringing that to us. Nice basic dash, has all the stuff you need. VHF with a 4-foot antenna hanging off the back there. By the way, there's more spreader lights in the back. Life jacket pocket up here. Rod holders, rocket launchers, kingfish holders, whatever you want to call them. We got the Fusion RS70. This little custom dash panel. Lowrance HDS9. I'm pretty sure that's a Gen 2. All your basic switching, backlit, Yamaha gauges, Lenco tactile LED trim tab switch so you know where you're at. Standard Yamaha binnacle key switches, tilt steering, and access to the batteries and all the other stuff. Battery switch. One of my favorite boats that Skeeter's ever made. One of the best bangs for the buck too. The price point on this is very fair for how much boat you get. Removable backrests. You can use those as rocket launchers if you want to remove that backrest. And then the seating back here is beautiful. Nice tucked in. These are supposed to be velcroed down. And then you still have some more storage in here too. These little dry boxes that fit the mid-size planos really well. And then those snap back down. Another feature I really like about this boat is bay boats are always a compromise. Working on them is a pain in the butt getting to the bilge. But you can get in these boxes, pull that door off, and then all your pumps and stuff are right there, so you're not standing on your head getting in that little hatch back there to get to your bilge pump or power pole pumps, whatever you wanted to add to it. Big live well back here. If I had to estimate, it's probably 20-25 gallons. I personally have had 2 slot reds in the middle of August and kept them alive in there for almost, I think, 4 hours. I believe we ran the numbers. He just had a service done, and we were looking at 165 hours on the engine. Oh, JL audio too. All the speakers are JL. Mids, highs. He has them back here too. So like I said, this boat really doesn't need anything. I mean, maybe a power pole. He has the downrigger mounts. I don't think he's including the downriggers in the price, but mounts are there. Lenco trim tabs, like I said before. Little reboarding ladder that Skeeter uses. Not a big fan of it, but it makes you legal. Max. This is the max horsepower for this boat as well. Lowrance total scan transducer. And then I don't know what that one is. Maybe a temperature probe, but I thought that one did it. You can see high-speed pickups down there for the live wells. Stainless bilge plug. And it is a 2014. But again, you see that more gunnel height to this than a traditional bay boat. Trailer is included in the pricing. I think we're going to be listing the boat for somewhere around 53, 54. So watch the listing. Low hours, good shape. Just had it detailed and waxed. Traditional performance Skeeter hull. You know, they've been making fiberglass boats since 1948, bay boats since 1992, and Yamaha's owned the company since 1996. So pretty phenomenal company. And whomever buys the boat will get a balance of 10 years on the hull, which is structural, stress cracks, everything. Great company. Custom welded trailer, torsion axle brakes on both axles, surge brakes, swing away tongue. I mean, too much stuff to list. You got to see this thing. Nice deep entry in the front. 12 inches of draft, probably 14 or 15 fully loaded with people in it. Ton of strakes running down the boat to help get it up out of the water and plane quickly, and that big reverse chine keeps it, you know, fairly dry, because there's not a ton of flare to the boat, but I probably have more time in this boat than any other boat we sell, and it is a really dry ride. So if you have any interest in this boat or anything else we got on the lot, please reach out to me, Brad or Barton. Phone number here is 904-644-7631, or you can always reach us at YamahaMarineJAX.com.